Today on UTA News, we take a look at UTA's Founders Day.
And we'll also take a look at a new vinyl store in Arlington.
And we'll also take a look how student athletes are reaching out to freshmen. UTA News starts now.
Hello and welcome to the 6th edition of UTA News. I'm Couture Hill.
And I'm Angel Rodriguez. UTA is celebrating 122 years of education. UTA had its first Founders Day celebration after it being absent for 8 years.
Happy birthday to you! So today is UTA Founders Day. We're celebrating 122 years since the university was founded, so it's basically UTA's 122nd birthday.
Happy birthday to you! What a wonderful day to celebrate our Founders Day. I'm so happy that UTA is bringing back this tradition to celebrate how wonderful and fantastic our university is. I'm so proud to be a Maverick, and I know that the rest of you share that sentiment as well. So let's give it up for UTA, and happy birthday.
Just to bring back this UTA tradition. It hasn't been around since 2008, and so we thought it was a good idea to bring it back on campus.
I mean, we celebrate everybody's birthday. Why not our home? UTA is our home, so let's celebrate UTA.
What a way to celebrate UTA's birthday. For more events like this on campus, you can visit UTA's event page.
The Multiple Sclerosis Foundation estimates that more than 400,000 people in the United States have MS. About 200 new cases are diagnosed each week in the United States. I was there to sit down with one of our Mavericks who know all too well what it's like living with a disease.
So it started about 6 years ago, maybe. I think I was 21. The numbness started in my arm, and within 3 months, it was up midway. So when I went to the hospital, I found out I had MS, or multiple sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis, also known as MS, is a disease of the central nervous system that disrupts communication between the brain and body.
Even though I have MS doesn't have me. I firmly believe that you don't know how strong you truly are until being strong is all you have. It's crazy to be 22 or find out you have it at 22 and try to put on this brave front like it's nothing. But some days I can't even get out of bed. I feel like I'm too young to continue to use my walker, to use the wheelchair that they issued me. It takes a toll on you, as anything can do, but I have like the best support system. I have some of the best doctors, and I'm doing pretty good. If I would have to close this with the scripture, if I may, it's Philippians 4:13, which quotes, "Throughout I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me."
I'm Couture Hill, UTA News. Stevenson wants to remind everyone that March is MS Awareness Month. If you wish to create awareness for MS, wear orange during the month of March. If you're needing assistance for any disability, you can go by the Office for Students with Disabilities in room 102 in the University Hall.
If you're a member of a college business student organization, you can run your own business right on campus. Reporter Nick Terrence gives us an inside look of the student-run shop located on the first floor of the business building.
Each college on campus has its own way of providing students experiential learning activities. For the College of Business, any of its 12 organizations have the opportunity to run a service industry for at least once a week each semester. This past week, Beta Alpha Psi, an accounting, finance, and information systems organization, took charge.
It's been great. It's been a great place to hang out, meet people, sell our goods.
Meta and other chapter members set up the shop on October 8th by collecting products, setting prices, and determining each employee's scheduled times to work. Open from about 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the week, it took help from at least 3 members each day to help run the shop.
Once a student makes a purchase, all the worker has to do is grab it and complete the purchase.
Chandra Subramaniam, College of Business Interim Dean, says its purpose is to give business students the practice of what it takes to run a business before graduating.
If the college business serves the purpose of graduating a student to find a job and end there, then we have actually failed.
Since the idea started about 3 years ago, Subramaniam says it has increased engagement with students.
So it's like any open area that you have where it allows interaction between student, faculty, and staff.
This place provides a great way for our members to come after classes, mingle, and also for students who aren't part of this organization to come up, get some food, and even ask about our organization.
Overall, Beta Alpha Psi sold about $2,000 of goods and made profit of more than $1,500, which could be used for whatever they want. Although Beta Alpha Psi cleaned up shop Friday, Meta says they will return later this month or early November to run the shop. Nick Tarrant, UTA News.
The next organization who will run the shop is APICS, the Association for Operations Management. To visit the shop, go to the study space on the first floor of the business building.
You may have seen campaign posters around campus signaling the start of campus election. Reporter Chanel Sassoon has more on the story.
Fall at UTA means it's time for campus elections. Marketing and Management junior Jasmine Deckard ran for a UTA ambassador position last spring.
I wanted to be a part of the UTA, like just experience the culture as a whole, promote pride, and do all the great things that we do down here.
For fall elections, students vote for the homecoming court, student senators, and UTA ambassadors. To balance out new and returning ambassadors, some positions have a year-long rather than semester-long term. Both Deckard and Marketing and Management senior Daniela Chavez Garcia secured year-long terms last spring, meaning they aren't running this semester.
I had networked a lot, so I had a lot of friends at UTA now, and I also prepared a poster that I put in, we were allowed to put in 77 places all over campus. Well, I put exactly 77 posters.
Student governance advisor Jennifer Taylor says to accommodate students and staff, elections are held at the University Center.
It's a prime location on campus where a lot of students go every day. But the reason that it's specifically in the art gallery is really for staff benefit. We use laptops in order for the students to vote on, and so since we're there 2 days, it's easier to be in a room where we can lock the door at the end of the night and we don't have to completely tear down and reset up everything the very next morning.
Taylor says she encourages all students to get involved one way or another while at UTA.
I think it's very important for students to, number one, run for positions, but if they're unable to run for a position, to come out and vote, because these are the student leaders who are going to be making decisions about the campus that could affect the student body now and in the future.
For students to vote, Taylor says they must be enrolled in at least 4 credit hours and have their MAV ID present. Chanel Sassoon, UTA News.
Voting will take place at the UC Art Gallery next Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
When we come back from a break, we'll take a look at some student athletes who are setting out to help freshmen. Also, we'll go in depth with one of our senior Lady Mavericks basketball players. This and more coming up.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver.
Is it dying?
The one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to UTA News. I'm Emily Arsema, and this is UTA Sports. UT Arlington athletes are giving back to UTA by helping freshmen transition into university life.
UT Arlington track and field athletes Chloe Lewis and Alexis Henry have been able to give back to UTA by mentoring incoming freshmen and helping with their adjustment to college life.
So peer leaders, we are students who are undergraduate students or graduate students who are going into freshman classes, which the Mavs 1000 class is an inter-course class for freshmen to be able to help them transition from high school to college. So we were all freshmen once, whether here at a different university. So we just want to really help the freshmen be able to answer their questions, be able to communicate with them, and then teach them different subjects that help them be able to prosper in college.
I feel like the biggest thing that I get out of being a peer leader is being able to help the new freshmen coming in and helping them transition into the college life, because I know for me, moving 5 hours away, having something like Mavs 1000 to help me transition into college was just like a really big deal for me. So I'm glad that I'm able to be that person now that's helping them transition.
Chloe and Alexis have described the incoming process as being overwhelming and difficult to go through alone. With the help of the Mavs 1000 class, freshmen are able to communicate their issues more effectively.
Great to have Chloe and Alexis give back to the university and to our freshman students. I think they're great role models, and they're both of them are great students. They have great GPAs and they value their education, and so it gives them an opportunity to give back to the university and help our incoming freshmen with the transition from being a high school student to being a college student, and sharing their personal stories with them.
Emily Arsema, UTA News.
You don't need to be a student athlete to become a peer leader. For more information about becoming a peer leader, you can contact Tim Kennedy at the email below. A tennis racket and big dreams. Diana Bonilla tells us the journey about one UTA student hoping to reach great success on and off the UTA tennis courts.
Playing tennis at a university level does not always mean a path to a professional tennis career, but Jonathan did not let this stop him from following his dreams.
Nowadays, professional tennis players are coming straight out of college, so I see it as an opportunity to grow into a professional tennis player.
Jonathan Gonzalez is a senior at UTA. He grew up playing tennis alongside his oldest brother, who fostered his passion for tennis.
In the moment that I grabbed the racket, I knew it was a sport that I loved, and I decided to play up until now.
But balancing schoolwork and aiming to be the best on the court wasn't always easy for him.
During the season, we play many tournaments, and we are playing almost every weekend, so we have to do homework, talk to our tutors. When we come back, it's really complicated, but it's doable.
Emigrating from Venezuela to the United States gave him the possibility of not only getting an education, but prepared him to continue his tennis career.
I see it as a 4-year scholarship where you have the opportunity to grow mentally and physically. It helps you get more experience like many players in the U.S.
Thanks to the opportunity UTA gave him, he is now a few steps away from being able to accomplish his dreams.
One of my goals is to play the Davis Cup, representing my country Venezuela, and to hold the name of the country up high like I've always done.
Diana Bonilla, UTA News.
Although Jonathan's time is coming to an end at UTA, he tells us that he continues to practice and plan his path towards a professional career. A mix of good grades and hard-working attitude can take you a long way, and this is proven by senior on the UTA women's basketball team, Shelby Richards, has a story.
Sierra Johnson is approaching her senior year and final season playing basketball here at UTA as a Lady Mav. Throughout her career, she has excelled beyond great heights. Off the court, she has a grade point average of 3.6, and on the court, she has earned multiple awards. Her most proud award is Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, in order to be Defensive Player of the Year, you have to be willing to work really hard, and you have to dedicate your game to defense, because offense, yeah, I mean, you can play offense, but defense is what wins games, because some days your offensive game may not be on, and you have to play defense, and you have to buy into what coaches are saying.
Although success has been a strength for Johnson, she has also encountered some minor setbacks throughout her journey. These minor setbacks have caused the vision to success to be hazy.
My sophomore year, I actually had a stress reaction. It wasn't a fracture, and it was in my shin, and it was just really hard to move. I couldn't put any weight on my left leg, so it was a struggle, but it made me love the game even more. And when I got back, I just really wanted it more than I ever have. And then the next year, I ended up being Defensive Player of the Year.
But an injury would not hold this determined senior back. Johnson stays hungry and works hard every single day. She pushes her teammates and keeps her eye on the main goal.
I would like for our team to win conference, but it's going to take a lot of hard work, but I know we can do it because we have the tools to do it. We just have to, come with it every day. I do want to be Defensive Player of the Year again because I feel like once you've already been it, you can't go backwards, you can only get better. Either that or conference player.
Shelby Richards.
We can't wait to see Sierra and the Lady Mavs perform as their season opener is just right around the corner. We wish them the very best. Street racing cars normally might be frowned upon, but this wasn't the case over the weekend when UTA Racing held its annual Fall Autocross.
Today we're having an autocross. That's where you set up cones on a parking lot, and then you get to walk it for a while, and then you get to drive it, and you only get to drive it 3 times in a normal competition. But today we've invited several other universities from all around to come join us for a day of racing and to enjoy their cars.
This is a volunteer race team where we design and build a race car every year. We design it from the ground up using all of our own components. Except for the engine and tires, we manufacture everything in-house. That means the chassis, the A-arms, the carbon fiber wheels, everything we make ourselves. It takes us a lot of man hours. It takes us the entire year, but it's definitely worth it for the experience and for the connections you make in this industry.
It's my passion. I live, breathe, and race cars. I'm in love with the race cars, man. We pride ourselves in our heritage. We've been building cars for about 30 years, and so we've been doing it for so long. We know all the processes. We have amazing facilities. Our cars are always top notch. We build the best cars of the best with the newest technology. And in my opinion, they're always the most beautiful cars there. Our quality is just very high.
It was a long day of racing for these drivers participating in the event. 2 different courses were run on Saturday, which lasted from 9:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. And that's will do it for UTA Sports. I'm Emily Arsema. Our reporter Taylor Hedrick is out at the MAC with some startling statistics about obesity and the ways to overcome this rampant epidemic.
I'm here with professional MMA fighter and student athlete Emily Carlson. Did you know that 1 in 3 adults are obese? Did you also know that 1 in 6 children are officially obese?
I did not.
That's right. The National Institute of Disease and Diabetes has came out with these startling statistics. We clearly have an epidemic of obesity on our hands here in this country. Now, if you are busy like me and Emily here and have a busy schedule, I understand that you can't make it to the gym. There's just not enough time in the day. Fortunately, we have come up with ideas that you can do at home while watching TV. And Emily, would you like to demonstrate these for us?
Yeah. The first one is going to be a plank. And so you can either do it with your hands shoulder width apart, your feet shoulder width apart, or you can go down on your elbow. Okay. If you want to, you can try to hold it while you're watching a commercial break. So that about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Take a break about halfway through, and then do that. And then the next exercise that we're going to show you is a bicycle.
Okay. On the plank, is your stomach tightening, or are you tightening everything? Do you feel the burn?
Oh yeah,
you feel the burn.
You definitely want to feel the burn. You don't want to put your butt in the air. That's so bad.
Okay, so flat back plank. It's supposed to activate your core abs. You can sit there and you can do it while watching TV, while waiting for a boy to text you back. You can get working on those abs, girl. All right, what's another thing you got for us to see today?
Bicycle. So
okay.
How you do the bicycle?
I'm gonna.
Thank you, Taylor. When we come back,
just go back and forth.
On how a new vinyl record store in downtown Arlington has emerged.
Okay. Awesome. Well, you do.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to UTA News. I'm Zaina Zanotti with Entertainment. In recent years, vinyl records have spiked in sales, according to Forbes. A new record shop made its way to downtown Arlington, only adding on to the increase. With the rise in popularity of vinyl records among the millennial generation, Truth Vinyl Shop owners says she's seen all generations in her shop.
With the rise in popularity of vinyl records among the millennial generation, Truth Vinyl Shop owner says she's seen all generations in her shop.
You know what, there are a lot of boomers, I will say that. But it's amazing. We have teenagers from high school, we have the UTA crowd, we have the 20s and the 30s. It's becoming a thing. So the popularity is growing. But we still have those people who walk in and have never seen a turntable in their life. You know?
About 40 million records are being sold in 2017 alone, hitting the $1 billion benchmark for the first time in the last 100 years.
It's double-digit growth. So it's amazing. It's going to keep growing.
Business junior Shay Cohen received his first vinyl record from his dad when he was 16. Since then, his passion for vinyl records has spun out of control.
And I just kind of fell in love with the idea of like a tangible way to listen to my favorite music. It's nice having something physical that I can hold and look at to be sort of a real world visualization of what I like to listen to.
Truth Vinyl is open Tuesday through Saturday noon to 8 p.m. and Sundays from noon to 5. With constant trends changing, the clash between Nike and Adidas has been a topic of choice between millennials. Corinne Jury asked some students to see what side they're on.
Adidas.
I like Nike.
Like Nike.
Oh. Adidas. I don't know.
Nike, founded 53 years ago, has been top dog of the sneaker game for a long time coming now. But other competitors such as Adidas are giving the famous check a run for their money. I asked students and shoe lovers who they thought were the best.
Why do you like Adidas more?
Because it's more my style. I like a lot more of their shoe designs. I think with they're making a lot of their shoes like with the knit and boost technology. I think that's a lot more modern.
Some students had simpler answers than others.
I chose Adidas because they're affordable and comfortable, and that's what I look for when I go to buy shoes.
Junior Brianna McClure is a shoeaholic and says she owns Nike, but Adidas is the master of the game. She praises Adidas for their versatility and the risks the company takes.
Adidas for sure. Because they're actually like innovating new stuff, whereas Nike's doing the same thing over and over, and it's just lame now. I buy it for style. Like their staple shoe right now is probably like the Prestos, and those are only like $110, whereas Adidas is like Ultra Boost, and those go for $200. Right now, technically Nike is still #1, but like people that actually pay attention to shoes and like the market and all that would know that Adidas obviously passing them up.
Koi, the champ official, says Nike is on top because of their ownership of Jordan, but would not be surprised if in the near future Adidas tipped the scale. I'm Corinne Jury, UTA News.
Thanks, Corinne. I'll think about it and figure out whether we're Team Nike or Team Adidas. That's all I have for entertainment. I'm Zaina Zanotti.
When we come back, we'll take a look at music department's newest production.
We'll be right back.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Jazz music meets Chinese opera. Seems like an unlikely combination, doesn't it? Our reporter Lena Mohammed takes a look at the music department's most recent production.
A musical genre that originated in neighboring Louisiana and another from across the world in China came together in an unlikely fusion by the UTA music department. Jazz and Chinese opera.
As the world shrinks and we do lots of things with other countries, it's only natural that the arts will blend with each other. Jazz music is an art form that embraces that.
Drew Zaremba is the conductor and arranger of the production. He says in the beginning he found Chinese opera hard to listen to.
I was just getting worried, like, is this going to work at all?
But then he found the common thread between the two genres, storytelling.
Figuring out what is the story, what is the human emotional element. Oh, this is someone who's remembering the past. Oh, this is someone whose children is being taken away from them to take to a safe place because they know they're going to perish.
Sheng Mia is a Chinese jazz percussionist who believes all music is a form of storytelling. He thinks jazz could be a new way of getting more listeners for Chinese opera, especially younger ones.
I think the young people should listen to that because that's our traditional music. I really love jazz, so I just have this idea to compare this different kind of music together.
While the show challenged many musical norms, it educated the team about the cultures involved. And for UTA's music department, this is only the beginning. Lena Muhammad, UTA News.
For a list of upcoming events by the UTA Music Department, visit uta.edu/music.
Our reporter, Brenda De La Cruz, tells us about a student who has a difficult time balancing her school and a vegetarian diet.
I felt like my body was getting weak, and it was because I wasn't eating right.
Due to the lack of resources, the long hours of study, and the little time she had to prepare her meals, Viviana Martinez had no other choice but to leave her vegetarian diet.
The options I had at school were usually burgers and pizza, and I would always eat cheese pizza.
According to a recent study by Harris Poll, each day more U.S. adults choose to become vegetarian and vegan. Even then, the survey revealed that only about 3% of the U.S. adults opt for these diets. UTA Executive Chef David Aldape says it is very important for him to satisfy the needs of students, and even though UTA offers vegan and vegetarian meals, there is room for improvement. That is why he's working closely with the school dietitian to find more options that contain more protein and appetize the students.
Ask us. It's better to ask the question than not know. So we are more than happy to provide 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes, so that that person can be comfortable coming into our cafe, seeing what's available, and then making the best possible choice.
David recommends that students talk to the school food service to recommend the options they would like to see on the menu. The lack of protein in Viviana's meal affected her health and distracted her from her studies, but even then she plans to resume her vegetarian diet in the near future.
I would like to try again after I graduate and I have more time to eat right.
Brenda De La Cruz, UTA News.
Viviana tells us she is planning on meeting with a school dietitian to see the options she has.
With over 40,000 students at UTA, students are becoming increasingly involved on and off campus.
For students at UTA, their lives are all very different. From being involved in student organizations to living on campus as well as living off campus, their lives are all very diverse. For sophomore Erica Hernandez, leadership is her calling.
I am a member and the president of Malala's Mavericks, where we do outreach to help get funds for the Malala Fund.
I followed Erica to see where she goes throughout the day and had an insight as to what this busy Maverick does with her free time. One spot where Hernandez usually hangs out at is by the University Center across from the Maverick statue.
I like this area because I like people watching. I'm a weirdo. I like people watching. I like just seeing when students leave their classes whenever they're trying to eat.
Another spot that Hernandez likes to visit is the waterfall located between Carlisle Hall and the Chemistry Building.
I like this area because it's very relaxing. I love the sounds of the fountain. It's very ASMR.
The last stop of the day, the Maverick Activities Center, is one of Hernandez's favorites to visit.
I like the MAC because I release stress just by going at it, doing cardio. I release anger, stress about exams and just assignments in general.
Not only is Hernandez the president of Malala's Mavericks, she is also a member of the Association of Mexican American Students, as well as part of the Wranglers. Madison Corda, UTA News.
When Hernandez graduates, she wants to look for a career in helping marketing or managing a cosmetics or apparel brand because beauty is a big part of her life. That's all we have for this week on the 6th edition of UTA News. I'm Angel Rodriguez.
And I'm Couture Hill. Stay tuned next week for more news, entertainment, and sports.